You know what I'm excited about?
Oh, yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Not that excited over this. I just
Really?
I mean,
well, maybe not that excited. Like punching fists in the air excited.
That's pretty exciting.
I know.
I was trying to wake myself up. Anyway, I have over here a pre-production version of the LG G5.
Whoa.
This is LG's new modular.
Why are you talking like that?
Why not?
Okay. Just checking. I thought maybe it was part of the LG, part of the
I like
embargo.
to make voices, okay?
Part of the embargo.
Anyway.
You can only talk about this if like you're on the sly smuggler.
Nah. I talked all about it on the screensavers over the weekend. You know, so this is a pre-production unit. So this is the LG G5, the pre-production version. Now, mind you, everything that you see here is not the final production version. We benchmarked it last week. I'm kind of slowly testing it. Part of the reason I haven't gone full force is because this is not the final release, and any numbers I get from it and photos are not going to really be indicative of. I mean, maybe it'll be, maybe not, but
you don't know
but
for sure until you get a final
think,
release.
Yeah, exactly. I do think. So first of all, as far as benchmarks go, this guy has beat out the Galaxy S7. I don't know if that's because the processor, you know, the software isn't like finalized, and so the processor is allowed to sort of like peak during benchmarks, or if it really is because the software is optimized better than TWiT. So I don't know. We'll find that out when the review period comes. But I think the most interesting thing about the LG G5 is its modularity and just sort of what it brings to the Android handset world as a whole. You know, I wasn't completely sold on the idea of LG and its friends, but...
And its friends, by the way. That is the name of the modules. Friends.
You can take this thing
That's cool.
apart. There is a little slot on the side.
Can I see that?
Yes.
Can I do that?
There's a little slide on the slot of the little slot on the side of the G5. Goodness gracious.
I like
and it keeps the battery pack locked in so that you don't have to worry about it falling out if you drop the phone or anything like that.
Can we get this camera, Ryan?
In fact, I didn't even quite honestly want to take it out.
When you play more.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, and so jiggle the battery a little bit. You can take it off the holster. You can jiggle it off. Just the battery pack. Jiggle it from side to side.
Or how about I just press the button that it comes out
Is
of?
there a button
Yeah,
there?
there's a button. Yep.
What?
There's totally a button.
Jiggling.
No. That's the button that takes it
that's
out
the
of
snap in,
the rest of the phone.
I can't jiggle it off. All right, we'll figure it out. Hang on, I want to put it in first.
Okay.
Slide
All
in the
right.
friend.
Ron is
The friend
now
goes in
sliding in when the battery pack into the
cool.
G5. Now,
How does it feel
yes. How do you think it feels, Ron?
How does it feel?
when you slide it in? Is it?
I think
solid?
It feels good. It feels right. It doesn't feel like the S Pen. It feels like it's I can't get it out. There's no wiggle room to get it wrong. I feel like it's not like you got to line it up on a track or something like that. It just kind of goes right in. I like it.
That is cool.
Yeah, I mean, I am a little concerned. It's hard to see here, but there are components, yeah,
like completely
that I would worry about them
exposed.
lining up into their holes, their corresponding holes. But it doesn't. I don't feel lack of confidence with sliding it in.
It feels really second nature, honestly.
Yeah. Feels like I was born to do this. It's just second nature.
It does.
I know.
It feels natural.
It's good.
And
No, it's
even
good.
when you pop the battery onto the friends and you put the battery pack back in. So right now there are only two friends. There's the Bang & Olufsen friend, which brings hi-fi to the G5. And there is the LG makes a external like camera accessory so you can have physical camera controls on the bottom of the phone, as well as 1,200 extra milliamp battery pack so that you have 4,000 milliamps in total. That battery pack that comes with the G5 is a 2800, and I will have you know, ladies and gentlemen, it lasted just as long as the Galaxy S7's 3000 milliamp battery pack.
No, it's a great prank you can do with your friends now if they have it, is you take the battery out and put this back on and give them back their phone.
And it's a dummy device.
Yeah.
Wow, that's like kind of mean.
Oh, it's really light.
It's really light without the battery inside,
yeah,
actually.
You think?
Which kind of worries me about...
You see, now,
durability. But then you saw Jason's GS7 at the beginning of the show, so
I would like to note that I jiggled the battery out because I was jiggling the wrong direction, which sums up most of my teenage years.
Oh my God, Ron is on fire today.
Somebody to go.
So as opposed to jiggling left and right, you want to jiggle out. So,
Okay.
there you go.
Thank you.
I gotta admit, I dig this
right,
because
I
this
can
is
see you sporting a phone like this. I can see you
because-
being like, let me grab it with my friends.
yeah. Well, because here's the deal. This is innovation. This is doing.
Yes.
Yeah. This is really clever. I applaud LG.
Okay.
I think it's a better idea than the leather back they had on the G4. That was a little
Macadam.
not really my thing, but I like this, and I like the shape of the G5. I think it fits nicely in the hand. The only thing that is another bummer is the software, because there's no app drawer. I mean, you can enable it,
Oh, we're gonna have this
but I
conversation.
don't
again?
really. But I don't really like. I don't know. I've never really.
You have an irrational attachment to that draw.
No, I just have. I just don't really have an affinity for LG's interface.
Right.
But there's good things about it. Also, you can, if you turn it on, you can see how fast the fingerprint scanner is. It's very fast.
What
It's
happens
just as
when you
fast
take
as
the
6
battery
speeds.
out while it's
So
on?
it turns on with you hold the.
Yeah, I got it.
What happens when you take the battery out when it's on? It just turns off.
It just turns off.
Oh wow.
Like taking the cartridge out of the NES.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have to blow on this before you put it in?
Actually, no, I haven't blown on it yet. I can imagine.
That wasn't
no,
a thought. That was
no,
that was a legit like you had to blow on NES cartridges, Brian.
Yeah, Brian, you turned
right.
that into something it ain't.
Sorry.
So one thing.
So much censorship on today's
One
show.
thing that's weird to me is how it kind of curves at the top, how the glass curves
Yeah,
at the top.
that's interesting.
Yeah, like I have a hard time knowing if it's intentional or not.
Yeah,
It
so
must
the
be.
microphone goes like into your ear. It kind of comes out into your ear when you're talking on the phone because some of us still talk on the phone.
Yeah, it's just
FYI.
it's interesting because it's only up there, and the rest of it is. I'm used.
I like that you have 30 attempts to unlock the phone.
Yeah, so the knock
really
code
generous.
the knock code is 8 taps now instead of 4.
That's a lot of taps.
It's secure as heck.
Yeah.
Have you taken many pictures with it?
I have not taken any pictures with it yet. Taking
With
that
its
this
two
week.
rear-facing cameras.
Yeah, I haven't. I just, I had to actually do some coverage for that Apple event yesterday.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't have
Okay.
time.
Interesting device.
Yeah. I mean, like I read about it, but like seeing it in person is another story.
How do you feel?
How does it feel?
How does it feel, Jeff? The kind of the modular kind of approach to things. Like we've got Project Ara somewhere. I don't know. If
Apparently,
that's gonna
it
happen.
was in
One
Puerto
day.
Rico, but
What's that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yes, exactly. How do you feel about this? Do you think this is the next wave of hardware, or are you interested in it for yourself?
I really dig it. Actually, I mean, I think it could end up being. I think it could end up being really crappy. But I like the fact that you guys are saying that it feels really solid. And I think if you can, I really hate the idea that and not to be the hippy dippy guy, but I hate the idea that we throw this stuff out every year or every 6 months if you're like us. And so to have something that could potentially eventually be upgraded, that's pretty great.
yeah, I mean, you can upgrade it with a friend that has extra features, whether that's like extra battery pack or better sound. I'm trying to think of what other modules you could tack on to this guy. External flash.
But that's the thing is that it's a
Flash,
platform
okay.
to
Yeah, and they
develop,
have it. They have a
yeah.
developer. They have a developer program for this,
Right.
and I'm actually very curious to see what people are thinking. So, hopefully, the developer program is in the United States, so I can actually go because I kind of want to show up and see what people are doing.
In order to have a rich kind of catalog of friends being
The friends is a
things.
little
Yes, I know it's hard to kind of get used to that.
So the
it has to be a successful kind of feature of the device, right?
It could just
have to
very well
actually-
be that this sells well because it feels nicer than the G4, not because
Well,
you
yes,
can
exactly, right? Like a lot of people could buy the phone, but they could not care at all about the
Yeah.
modular aspect. And if that happens, then you probably
Look
aren't
at
going to
this.
see a lot
It's
of
nice and
the
pink.
modular components
just nice
sold
and
for
pink.
it. So,
Pretty cool.
Nice pink.
It's just really nice and pink. Oh, it's just really nice and pink.
It's a nice hue.
Matches my nails.
It's a nice hue.